Call the City of Dyer Mayor and Board of Alderperson meeting May 11th, 2020 to order. Must have a roll call. Nathan, if you'll call the roll. Nathan.
He's muted.
I muted myself. I'm sorry. Jennifer?
Aye.
Tom?
Aye.
Craig?
Aye.
Michael?
Aye.
Ray?
Aye.
Bob?
Bob's muted. He said aye.
I hadn't got him unmuted. I'm sorry. Yeah, there you go, Bob. You said aye, didn't you?
Yes.
Fred?
Aye.
And then Marty is not present. Okay, that's 7, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you. Motion carried. We have a quorum. How's that? If we conduct this electronic meeting, go ahead.
You may go ahead. Yeah, this electronic meeting is conducted pursuant to Governor Bill Lee's Executive Order number 16. It is held to conduct essential business necessary to protect the health, safety, and welfare of the citizens of the City of Dyer.
Entertain a motion to determine that this meeting is necessary to protect the health, safety, and welfare of the citizens of Dyer. Nathan, call the roll.
Make a motion. Second.
Nathan.
Jennifer?
Aye.
Tom?
Aye.
Craig?
Aye.
Michael? Is Michael muted? He's muted, looks like. Ray?
Aye.
Bob?
Aye.
Fred? You said aye, Fred?
Yes, aye.
Okay. That's 7, Mr. Mayor.
Motion carried. Entertain a motion to approve April 27th, 2020 regular meeting by electronic.
Make a
Make a
motion.
motion.
Motion, is there a second?
Second.
Motion made and second. Is there any discussion?
Yeah.
Not. Nathan, call the roll.
Jennifer?
Aye.
Tom?
Aye.
Craig?
Aye.
Michael?
Aye.
Ray?
Aye.
Bob? Fred?
Aye.
7, Mr. Mayor.
Motion carried. Is any visitors? We'll take any questions or anything that you have for us right now.
I have to.
Okay. Hang on 1 second, Ms. Jill. Nathan, could you please mute mics again, except for Ms. Jill?
Okay.
Are we ready?
Yes, ma'am.
First question is, what are the criteria for you getting your ditch weed-aided by the city? In the last couple of weeks, I've seen city workers weed-eating ditches. I pay to have my ditch, and I'm just wondering what the criteria to have your ditch weed-aided by the city.
Was it on South Main? Was it up by Food Right in the Dollar General area?
Across the road
What do you mean across the road?
from the Dollar General place.
Yes,
In
across
that-
the road there. We have
Not in the corner in front of Holloway, but the ditch in those 2 yards up through there.
it's where the road had started eroding away, and they was spraying it with Roundup, and the culverts were washed away, and a lot of that had to do with something that was started. I guess it was probably 8 or 10 years ago. That the water line that runs down that ditch, and we tried to make it where it was mowable. I think you're talking at Jimmy Davis's house. Is that right?
I don't know who they are. I just know I saw them weed eating, and I thought, why do they get their ditch weed eated free?
Right. A lot of that had to do with the water lines that were through there, and the way the ditch was. The water was being washing away at the edge of the road. When it wasn't Randy Gregory, it was somebody else. Nathan, do you know who the other person was that was here whenever we started doing that? I can't.
No, no, sir. I don't remember.
I can't remember either which one it was. We started doing that and everything. We went out there and went to dig it, and the lines were, is it telephone lines? I believe it is, and gas line. Greg, are you on here? You have to unmute yourself if you are.
Yes.
Is the gas line in that ditch also?
No, it's across the road on Tooten side.
Okay. There's 2 lines over there, and I can't remember what they are. But anyways, we went out there and we dug it out, and to get that to drain, and that's kind of the reason that it was all started.
Okay, second question is, who is it that goes around to the fire hydrants and turns them on and blows them out?
Bishop Hydrant Service. Are you talking about them, or are you talking about our employees?
I guess it's them. I don't know. Y'all, or do
If they
y'all
contracted,
check that out or something?
I'm sorry, say it one more time. You cut out on me.
I'm sorry. Do you contract that out to them or something, or do they just, is this just a, well, would you do me a favor?
Yes, ma'am. Maybe.
The last time they did, the man that did it, because I said something to him, he was blowing it in my yard. Well, now it's a rut cut out in my yard, and I can't mow down there. And I
Okay.
said, why are you not blowing that toward the road? His reply was, because the rocks over there will wash away. I said, they're already washed away. But now I can't even mow my front yard down there because where he blew the fire hydrant, it's just basically another ditch cut down through there. Water stands all the time.
Nathan, first of all, Nathan, will you make a note of that to make sure that we talk to Randy about that, to remind them when they do come back?
Mm-hmm.
And also, we want to make sure that Randy also knows that we're not going to do that anymore. We'll make sure that it goes in the ditch. And if they don't have a way to turn that hydrant on and get it away from her yard, then they need to hook a hose to it or something and run it away from there. If they're going to contract and everything, they need to do it right.
Yeah, I think
Well, he said if he blew the other way, it would wash the side of the road out.
Bishop is not doing it anymore, so we've got those other folks, and they're a little more professional. So,
All right. Miss Jill, on that where they washed that out, if you don't mind, I'll come out there and take a look at that and see if there's a way that we can.
I'm just going to buy me some red sand and hope that it'll fill it up and the grass will grow up through it, because I can't mow. I already got stuck out there twice. And I can't. That's why it looks so tacky. But
If I brought you some dirt, would that help?
I don't know if dirt would or not. I really don't know, Chris. You can look at it and see, but I got stuck, and I'm getting too old to try to get a lawnmower out of the front yard.
Right. I'll come out and look at it, Miss Jill, and if it's where we can bring some dirt out there when it dries just a little bit, and get that spread in those ruts, and get that packed down and everything. If we did it, or if a contracting service that we hired did it, we need to take care of the problem ourselves.
All right, I appreciate it, sir. Now my last question: how do I get it off?
How do you
There's
get
a-
off of there?
If you touch the screen, there's a little button that says leave up there. If you just touch it once, there's a button that says leave, and you can do that.
And you can't hear anymore?
I can hear you.
No, I said if I push that leave, you can't see me or hear me anymore, right?
That's correct. Yes, ma'am.
Right.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you. Any other visitors? Nathan, did you make a note of that?
Yes, sir.
We'll go out there and we'll go out there and we'll look at that and everything. If it's just gonna take some dirt or whatever, we'll take care of that. We need to, especially if somebody contracted it and caused a little place in the yard or whatever.
Right.
Any other visitors? If not, mayor's report. I just want to notify you guys that Executive Order 2020-006 is a continuing emergency, parks and utility disconnects. You should have that in your packet. Do you have any questions about that? I would also like to remind anybody that on the water bills that we need to start. If you haven't been making payments on your water bills or not catching up, you need to be catching up pretty quick. You also need to call Nathan at City Hall or Ashley and make arrangements with them to make sure that the water bills been caught back up. Because if they have not received their unemployment or anything like that, and that's the case, then we need to know that also, so we can make some notes and everything and get this taken care of. I think, Nathan, most everybody has received their unemployment by now. I know there's a few that have not, but they called and said that they would definitely be getting it by the end of this week. So
Okay.
we want to keep that in mind also. If people will call us, if the citizens will call us and let us know that what's going on and just kind of keep us updated and everything, we'll try our best to help take care of that situation. But we do need to make those payments.
We're going to send out a reminder on the 16th just to tell people if they are delinquent. And then we'll send out another one on the 29th. And we'll be very, very understanding with arrangements. But we've got to start, like you said, we got to start getting back on the schedule there.
Also on May the 18th, our city workers will be going back to regular schedule. Our street department will all be back where they need to be. I'm still going to ask Randy to kind of just distance himself from the other employees and everything. But as far as everybody else is going to go back to regular schedule. Does anybody have a problem with that?
They're gonna have the proper gear, right?
Yes.
Mask and all that.
Yes.
Okay.
Fred, they're still going to be doing social distancing also. I mean, they're not going to just go all jump in the same truck and take off, running around, and all that kind of stuff, and go around a bunch of people either. So, we're going to take care of that way also. Okay.
Yeah. Well, my main thing is, them having the proper gear, mask and gloves if they got to have them, because, we got to, supply these things for them if we're going to put them back out there to work.
Right. Absolutely. And we have that stuff.
Okay.
We've been ordering it along as we went and everything to make sure that we had everything. We've got the 5-gallon pails of the hand sanitizer, and and also my other phone's going off now. I'm sorry. We've got mask here, and so I think I'm almost sure that we have everything that we need, but we will make sure that everybody has what they need to do their job and be safe at it.
Yeah, that's the most important thing, you know. We don't need to let our guards down because we don't need this to go through our fire department, like I said before, our police department, our crew workers, you know.
Right. Yes, sir.
Just for clarification, when will they be required to wear a mask? Obviously, in the truck by themselves, they won't need one on. When
Right.
will they need one on?
The requirements that, you know, they're going to be around each other. They're not going to be, we're going to try and keep them in teams and keep them split up doing different things like they are now. But they'll be required to wear a mask if they go, if they're around somebody out in public. Does that make sense?
Each other, each other it should be too.
Yeah, you know,
I mean, you know, if I'm in, if you and I are working together, and if I sneeze or something, you don't have anything on, I don't have anything on. It's a possibility, you know. There we are. That's what I'm saying.
right.
Wearing the mask, I mean, it's not going to hurt them. You know, it's going to protect them. That's what it's going to do, you know. So I think if they're going to go back to work, they need to be wearing a mask all the time. I'm in the shop, around each other, you know. I think they ought to be wearing it.
Yeah. Like I said, the only time they're going to be together, they've got a team of two, and that's going out and working together. If they're around anybody else, then yes, they need their mask on. But are you saying that even if they're working together?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir. Even if they're working together, they ought to have a mask on. You know, they ain't gonna always stay 6 feet apart. You know, that's the main thing here. You know, I think, you know, better be safe than sorry. Everybody we got's got a family to go home to. You know.
Oh, I agree with that. I also understand that whenever they walk in Little General at 8 o'clock at night, they're not going to have a mask on because we're not making them have one on, you know?
Yeah. Well, I think if they own the clock, they ought to have one on for the city.
Does anybody else feel that way?
No, they don't feel that way because they ain't wearing it themselves.
I've got mine around my neck.
I know.
A lot depends on what kind of mask they are wearing. If they're a cloth mask, some of them that cup your face tight, they're hard to breathe around them and work.
Yeah.
And we could, Mr. Tom, we can issue a cloth, not a cloth, but a regular,
looser one.
right, like a bandana type mask or whatever, you know. We can issue something like that. I just know, I don't know what the answer is here because I don't know. I know when Fred goes back to work and he's standing in wherever he's at, he's going to be wearing a mask. I understand that. But also,
Actually, when I go back to work, every day when we go to work, we get our temperature checked before we go into play.
right, yeah.
We do as well.
And we got temperature, you know, they'll check it again and what, 35, 40 minutes, and they go down, they send you to the house. You know.
Oh, yeah.
I think a lot of this will have to be left to the discretion of the employees. I mean, the city hall employees interact in one way. The police interact in another. Street, sewer, and water interact in other ways. They just need to be wary of the situation and stay on their guard as much as they can, I think. it would be hard to draw a steady, fast guideline for everybody because their roles are so different and their actions
Right.
are so different.
And I also understand what you're saying, Fred. I mean, you just want to protect them and protect everybody else from them, just like we're protecting, each other.
Yeah,
It's true, and I don't disagree with anything Fred has said. Just finding a way to do it relative to each person might be a challenge.
Well, if it's okay with y'all, then we'll evaluate the situation and we'll take care of it as needed, and also make sure that the supervisors are aware that Mr. Ivy wants them to wear a mask while they're working.
Chris, with all of our employees going back on a more regular routine, are we going to open the city park as well, or are we going to leave it closed?
Now, the city park's going to have to stay like it is until we get guidelines on the city park. We got a thing today that just kind of I got a thing today through email that was kind of a recommendation, but it was not on opening the city parks at all right now. They're still on any kind of activity as far as like ball or anything like that. They're still not allowing anything like that, and they don't want anybody to congregate and play ball or all that kind of stuff. So I mean, I guess we're just going to have to go by their guideline or until the governor says, hey, go for it.
I have noticed some people walking the track at the Trenton Park, and a couple were playing tennis the other night, and really I'm not up on as I should be with what the governor has said of recent. So I didn't know.
Well, I did,
if
Ray.
anything-
I did open the walking track up on May the 6th. April 27th. Walking track was opened up.
Okay.
And also I opened the tennis court up on May the 8th.
Okay.
So those two things are open because you can social distance in there and everything. So, but there are guidelines on that. It's like, if somebody's out playing tennis, then another couple can't come out and play tennis also because the balls go from one side to the other and everything. And if you pick up somebody else's ball, we're just trying to go by their guidelines,
I think that's reasonable.
But the pavilion is not open because it says that we can't have benches and picnic tables and playground and, things like that. So I rode through Milan Park today to see how theirs was, and they had signs posted out in front of them saying that the pavilion's closed or the walking track's open or whatever, all the ball fields are closed. They've got locks on their gates or whatever at their ball fields and stuff. So,
Okay.
because I was told that they were playing ball in Milan, and so I had to ride by there myself just to see and everything. And no, they're not playing ball in Milan, which I also talked with the mayor of Milan very frequently. So I knew better than that. I just wanted to make sure.
Okay.
And listen, anytime you guys have a question about that, please call me because I mean I don't want to be left behind and us not open something at our park that should be open, and I don't want to open something that should be closed either. So if you guys hear anything or whatever, we're trying to keep up with the best we can, but it's something new every day. So.
well, I can say this, I think our officers need to kind of patrol up there a little bit often because we got kids walking. They're not driving, they're walking, and I've seen a bunch of them up there on the playground.
You're right.
Over, in the pavilion area too.
One of the officers did come by and tell me that he had to ask some of them to leave, ask some of them to leave the park or whatever. Also, I know that an individual went up there and put our tape back up around the playground because I guess the wind had blowed it down, and went back up there and put all of it back up and everything. And it was over the weekend. So
Well,
You know.
when I saw them, the tape was up around the playground, but they were still, clamming over it, raising it up. They was going in and out that way.
Right.
It wasn't, kids. It was, 15, 16-year-old, 14, kids up there.
Right. Let me see. Um, this will be probably our last meeting through Zoom. We'll kind of watch and see how everything goes between now and then. So this will probably be it. Nathan has been finishing up on the budget to get to everybody. We'll probably have Nathan to send out a copy of that budget to Ray and myself, and we'll look over it, and then we'll probably send it to everybody else at that point, to where everybody can look over it, and then we'll move forward from there by what's best, the best way to handle that. Also, the city budget, we're going to do as little as possible as far as until we can tell what's going on with revenue. Want to be careful with the revenue and everything right now. It's going to take a couple of months, so maybe get this budget done so we can get it turned into the state, and then once we do that, then we can amend the budget in September, October, November, as we need to, and knowing how we can pursue that.
Mayor, may I ask Nathan a question?
Yes, sir.
Is there a limit on the number of times a budget can be amended
No, sir, you can.
before the state starts to wonder, what's going on?
No, the only thing, they look at the original budget and then the final budget. You can amend it if you look at some cities, they amend their budget every month, depending on what's going on. If you had a lot of grants coming in or doing things like that, you would amend the budget to reflect the grant revenue.
Okay.
Every time something changed.
I wouldn't think we would have to, but if circumstances change to the good or to the bad as the year wore on and we had to do something like that, I just wouldn't want to put ourselves in a position that the state would be alarmed. But if they're not concerned with that, then we're fine.
Now, they look at the original budget and then they look at the amended budget, and the amended budget is the budget as it was when it was last amended. So,
Okay. Well, I guess that makes sense. They don't have time to look at every town's budget regularly.
Yeah.
Okay.
well, just to give you a point of reference, we got our budget approval for the budget that you passed last June. We got our actual approval letter for it in March.
It's a good thing. I'm glad we got it.
So there you go.
Thank you, Nathan.
Yes, sir.
PRI has been here and they've been doing some of the paving work and everything. I'm not sure. Are they completely done yet? I don't think they are.
They are done with everything that was on the list that they had, and the bid is out for just to get us a price on the next part of that. You'll see a purchase order down there for that change that we made down there at Garrett. But they've done everything on their list that we had for them. If there's something you think we missed, let me know and I'll ask him about it.
Okay. If you don't mind, email me that list tomorrow or something. Fire department reports. Fire, police, street. Finance personnel.
I don't have anything, Mr. Mayor, except that local government will be here on May 26th, which is the Tuesday after Memorial Day, to do our first of several software conversions for the new software. And this office will be here. We'll be here during that conversion, and we'll be training that day. But the office will be closed because we won't be able to take any payments that day. That's May 26th.
Is it possible that you could have a note or something, put it in the paper over that? So people will know that.
We'll put it out on the Facebook and on the website. We'll get a lot more coverage that way.
Okay. Thank you.
And that's a tentative date, but it's pretty close to right. I've got an email from them today. Actually, they may be working on it remotely right now. So
Anything else?
no, sir.
Water and sewer operations. Committee reports, public safety and health. Greg,
Nothing that I know of.
thank you. Finance administration personnel,
Nothing that I'm aware of at this time.
street maintenance, water, sewer committee,
Nothing at this time.
parks and buildings.
Nothing.
Thank y'all. Unfinished business. Anybody have any? New business. Item A, approve Republic Service contract extensions through August 31st, 2020 at the same rate.
So moved.
Second.
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 Motion and second. Is there any discussion?
Who was the second? Was that Michael? Was that you, Michael?
I did second, but so did a few others.
Okay, I'm gonna
Jennifer got it before I did. Nathan.
Okay.
Any more discussion?
If
Back up, bro. Wait. Go ahead, Ray.
circumstances dictate, can this be extended even further? than
Oh, yes,
August?
sir. Yes, sir. They'll be glad to. If we go a lot more, they would probably like us to do a multi-year contract renewal, but you guys had said you wanted to bid this year. We've got a set of specifications, but Alderman Mickelson had some thoughts and ideas about that, and sometime soon I'd like to talk to him about that. But this basically gets us to the point we can actually have a bid process on this.
Any more discussion? Not call the roll. Nathan?
Jennifer,
Aye.
Tom,
Aye.
Craig,
Aye.
Michael,
Aye.
Ray,
Aye.
Bob,
Aye.
Fred.
Aye. Aye.
That's 7, Mr. Mayor.
Motion carried. Item B, cancel May 25th, 2020 regular meeting, Memorial Day holiday.
So moved.
Second.
Ray and Michael. Any discussion? Not call the roll. Nathan?
Jennifer,
Aye.
Tom,
Aye.
Craig,
Aye.
Michael,
Aye.
Ray,
Aye.
Bob,
Aye.
Fred.
Aye.
That's 7, Mr. Mayor.
Motion carried. Item C, approve PO 9338 to J.R. Stewart for $3,900 for lift station reserve pump. That'll be on, they call it little 45. Couldn't get that out of my mouth.
Make a
moved.
motion.
Is there a second?
Second.
Motion made second. Is there any discussion? Not call the roll. Start Nathan. Nathan, call the roll.
Jennifer,
Aye.
Tom,
Aye.
Craig,
Aye.
Michael.
Yeah.
Ray,
Aye.
Bob,
Aye.
Fred.
Aye.
That's 7, Mr. Mayor.
Motion carried. Approve PO 9258 to American Development for $1,268.75 for wastewater and wastewater chemicals.
Make a motion.
Second.
Motion made second. Is there any discussion? Not call the roll. Start with Nathan.
Jennifer,
Aye.
Tom,
Aye.
Craig,
Aye.
Michael,
Aye.
Ray,
Aye.
Bob, Fred.
Aye.
That's 7, Mr. Mayor.
Motion carried. Item E, adopt resolution 2020-314, continuing operations.
Make a motion.
Motion, is there a second?
Second.
Motion second. Is there any discussion?
I apologize. I have not seen my packet, have not seen this. Would you explain?
Are you kidding
Ray,
me?
I'm
Ray,
sorry,
this is-
I have not.
It's COVID-19.
This
Ray,
is
this is-
everything without the emergency purchase policy in it.
Say again.
This is everything we did before it, but it does not have the emergency purchasing policy in it. We took it out because we didn't need it.
Okay, that's good. I apologize.
That's the one that me and you and Nathan could approve things, but we had to all three be together.
Right.
And we did not need that. We seen that we didn't need it, so we just took it out and put everything else back in.
That's good. I had not seen it. I didn't know. I'm sorry.
Any more discussion? Not call the roll. Nathan,
Jennifer,
Aye.
Tom,
Aye.
Craig,
Aye.
Michael.
Aye.
Ray,
Aye.
Bob,
Aye.
Fred.
Aye.
That's 7, Mr. Mayor.
motion carried. Item F, approve PO 9340 to PRI for $4,250 for additional asphalt repair at Garrett Outdoors sewer main repair.
Make a motion.
There's a motion. Is there a second?
Second.
Motion made and second. Is there any discussion?
Was that $4,250 just to do in front of his place?
Yes, sir.
They kind of got to us on that one, didn't they? There's not a whole lot of asphalt there.
It was 59 feet by 11 feet.
They do the heat treating on that and everything.
Yes, sir. Any more discussion? Not call the roll. Nathan,
Jennifer,
Aye.
Tom,
Aye.
Craig,
Aye.
Michael.
Yeah.
Ray,
Aye.
Bob,
Aye.
Fred.
Aye.
That's 7, Mr. Mayor.
motion carried. Any more new business?
Mr. Mayor, I need to ask a question.
Yes, sir.
I've had a gentleman to call me and I've explained to him that he's outside of the city limits, but he still wanted me to bring it up.
Okay.
4 Iron Mountain Road has got problems with rocks washing all the way from the top of the hill at Mr. Ellis's house, all the way down to the top and it's covered up. I told him he needed to contact the county because that was not in that city limits. Was I right on that?
Which house is for?
Mr. Jim King's.
I'm sorry, say it one more time.
Jim King. As soon as you go in and make the curve, the brick house in the woods.
It is
On
in
the
the
right.
county.
Yes.
Yes, it is in the county. Yes, he needs to call Carl Stopenhagen. Am I saying that last name right, Nathan?
Yes, sir.
At the county office over there. Do you know how to get him in contact with him, Craig? If you don't, I'll send you
Well, I told him to also contact Mr. Cody Childress because that was his county commissioner. If but by that also, he did not realize that Mr. Cody was his commissioner. So I told him to contact him also.
or he can call Nathan Reed also.
Okay.
So So make sure you tell him either one of those. And Nathan, I mean, you're sitting there hearing it and everything. It might be a good idea for you to call him and explain to him what he needs to do.
Yeah, we probably need to figure out who his road commissioner is there too.
Yeah, that may be something for you to do since you're on the county and I'm not.
Yeah, I'll be glad to.
Thank you, sir. Thank you,
Feel
Craig.
important, Nathan.
Thank you.
Is there any other new business?
Feel important now, don't you, Nate?
There's not any new business. We'll move on to the accounts of May 11th, 2020. Is there a motion?
Make a motion.
Second. Motion made and second. Is there any discussion?
Who was the second, Mr. Mayor?
Fred.
Thank you.
Is there any discussion? Not Colorado. Start with Nathan Colorado.
Jennifer,
Aye.
Tom,
Aye.
Craig,
Nah.
Michael,
Aye.
Ray,
Aye.
Bob,
Aye.
Fred.
Aye.
That's 7, Mr. Mayor.
Motion carried. I'll be sending out notifications. I'll be having Nathan to send out notifications to you guys on our next meeting. It will be before our next board meeting. It will be posted on the City Hall door. It will be posted on our website. We're going to work on that and see where we get, and I'll make sure that everybody has their budget before we have that meeting. If you don't mind, once you get that budget, take a look over it, see if there's something you don't recognize or want or whatever. There's probably not going to be anything that you can't want because it is what it is, basically. There are a few things that we will add to it. They will all be necessary things. If you guys don't like that once we get there, then you can take them out once we get there. If you have any questions over it, you can call me or you can call Nathan at City Hall. Other than that, we'll be in contact, okay? Entertain a motion to adjourn.
Make a motion, adjourn.
Motion and second.
Second.
Any discussion? Not, call the roll. Nathan?
Jennifer,
Aye.
Tom,
Aye.
Craig,
Aye.
Michael,
Aye.
Ray,
Aye.
Bob,
Aye.
Fred.
Aye.
That's 7, Mr. Mayor.
Motion carried. See you guys later.
All right.
Good night.